I remain in a long trade on Bitcoin, expecting higher prices to come. Inside of this video, I'm going to be telling you all about the targets that we have above us, the local range to be trading, the reaction that is absolutely key that I'm going to be telling you exactly what to be looking for, and how we then can be looking for the next trade setup for next week coming. So I hope that you really enjoy this video. I'm going to pick up right where I left off my last video for you all, where I was explaining why we were looking for the local dip, which was a massive long opportunity for higher prices to come. And that, of course, that prediction was very nice indeed, right? So we were looking for the local pullback because of the bearish divergences. We were at some resistance. The local pullback opportunity was, of course, to our range low. Okay, from this range low, we were looking for, of course, the long. So if I just play you that 5-second clip that from the setup that I was talking you through in the last YouTube video I made for you all. 126,700, right? So we'd like to see that range low hit, reclaimed a range. And that is as simple as it comes. That would be our long trade entry trigger. So you can see I made it very simple, very easy to understand. We were looking for the pullback to around 26,700. From there, we were going to look for the loss of the range, reclaim for the long trigger entry setup. And that went absolutely perfectly. We saw the move down that we were looking for to our range low. That ended with filling the single prints. So we filled all the single prints down at the low from the previous day. Upon filling those single prints, we got the valid long trade setup activating as we reclaimed the range low. And from there, well, we all know what happened next, right? We got a bit of a bounce sideways movement, and then real simple, everybody that followed along with the long trade setup that I gave you in that video are now sat in wonderful profits. Even better now, a few hours later, as we're making our way even higher up in this range. So you can see how simple it really can be. You have to make the plan, of course, be patient for the drop down to your long entry trigger. And then upon getting that long entry trigger, don't be scared, don't be fearful, execute, and the rest is history. What an epic reaction, what an epic trade that was. And truly, I am happy for everybody that followed along, didn't get scared on the drop, took that long trade with me, and now are sat in wonderful profits. So what's to come next? And I'd just like to say one thing about that. And that's because, as we were dropping down here, this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted for that long trigger. We wanted to see the drop to get into a long trade. And I know as you get that drop at this point, I had people commenting on my post saying, you're incorrect. You're going to get the drop. I've got a lot of people saying, you've lost a trade. X, Y, and Z. So all I can tell from those people are they didn't take the long. They didn't take the long because they've become fearful when you should be actually looking for that entry trigger of the reclaim. So for me, it's just very important for people to remain non-emotional. When you're waiting for a drop for a long, when you get that drop, don't turn bearish. That's too late. That is the time to be looking for your long, right? That's what we're looking for. That's where we took and activated that long, and that's what's giving us profits right now. I laid it out inside of my Discord, the long trade setup. I gave it to you all for free on YouTube. Anybody that followed along is now in profits. So what are we looking for next? I'm looking for the top of our range here. You can see I've got an alert set. That will be for a real simply potential flip of the range. So as we go on range high, range low, we can be looking for something similar at the range high, right? Move above the range. If we come back into the range, then we have another simple short trade setup, and we trade this range until it breaks. As we all know, the range, if we break the range to the high, we'll be looking for those highs back from the September the 19th. Okay. So obviously we're going to have to zoom out slightly here, but September the 19th highs are still absolutely, pivotal for us above us. But locally now, we do have this very well-respected range, and they've always said this. It pays to recognize the range before everybody else. We recognized the range. We knew the trade we wanted to take. It just required then a bit of patience to wait for that range low, wait for the fake out, and then upon getting the fake out and the reclaim, it is to activate the long trade setup and take the long trade setup. Everybody that did, once again, is now in great profits. So I just want to do a few quick announcements before I move on. And that is number one, a reminder for everybody that was interested in the RNSID for the KYC, or whether you're going for Femex or BingX options, that's all going to be left over on the website. You can access it via the deals page. So those latest deals that we've got for you for those exchanges, I mentioned this a lot more detail in my previous video, but just to remind you, if you want to get access to them, I'll leave them in the comments description down below, also on the website. And the final announcement that I want to give you is I've actually started to make more IRL content, so a little bit of vlogs, a little bit of fun videos outside of trading, and that's more going to be uploaded to TikTok and also some on Instagram. So if you're interested in some of that, there will also be occasional trading content, but a little bit of fun, a little bit of smiles to show you what we do with those trading profits. That will be both over on the social media, Instagram and TikTok, both of them just Chart Champions. Make sure you put it in correctly, because there's a lot of scammers who might be called Chart Champions or an incorrect spelling. Spell it correct, you'll find the right page. But yeah, if you want to see that, you know where to get it over on those other socials. For me, though, on Bitcoin, I'm remaining long. I'm remaining patient for now, higher prices. And that simply is going to be to the high of the range. From the high of the range here, I'll wait for my alert to go off. Once that alert goes off, you know what I'll do? I'll check the order flow. If I get bullish order flow, I'll look up towards the 19th of September high. If I get a bearish reaction, I'll look for the reversal short back to our range low. But for now, it's just wonderful. It pays to follow Chart Champions. It really does. You could have been sat in wonderful profits if you listened carefully to everything I told you. I gave you the setup. I told you what you want to be looking for, the exact zone where you want to be looking for that drop to. We dropped to the zone. We got the reaction. We got the long trade entry. And now we are sat in profits. Absolutely wonderfully happy, waiting for the high of the range. That's what we do at Chart Champions. That's who we are. We crush the charts, we make profits, and this is what we do on the reg. This is what we do on the regular. So if you want to be involved in that, if you want to be a part of the team, if you want to be a champion member who gets access to the calls before everybody else, understanding why we're bouncing, where we're bouncing from, wanting to know when we get activated those long triggers, even if we get a reaction off the short, off the higher range here, the first people to know will be the champions members. If you want to get up on all of that information first, well, you get that via the Chart Champions membership. These YouTube videos you can obviously still profit and learn from, but the information will be delayed from the Champions membership first. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed. If you want to see more from me, you know where, so you can catch it over onto those new socials. If you want even more, you know where. Actually, we've got another live stream tonight. So another live stream tonight for the champion members, actually starting in a few hours time. Will be the Champions live stream. The Champions live stream is where I'll go over a higher term time frame trading bias, where I'll go over more swing trades. Okay, so if you want to be getting in on my higher term time frame bias trade setups, then you'll get that via the Champions stream tonight for my higher term time frame swing trading bias. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying those profits if you followed along with me on that last video. And yeah, if you want to see more from myself, you know where to get it, chartchampions.com. I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to say thank you ever so much. I'll leave the 3 links down in the description below, depending on which one you want to get the affiliate bonus for. Maybe you win the iPhone 15, which is giving away. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you over on the Champions live stream in a few hours time. Cheers, thank you, and goodbye.